My aunt washed my daughter's mouth out with dish soap at a sleepover and made her promise not to tell. She kept that promise for 8 months and then she told her teacher instead of me. The call came at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. The school counselor, Ms. Reyes, asked if I could come in before pickup. When I asked what happened, she said, "Nothing happened today, but Mia shared something during our lesson, and I'd rather talk in person. I was there in 20 minutes. Mia wasn't in the room." Reyes had a folder open and closed it when I sat down. "We did a lesson this morning about safe adults and safe words," she said. "The kind where we tell kids their body belongs to them." Mia raised her hand at the end. She said, "What if a grown-up already did a bad thing to you a long time ago?" My stomach dropped. What did she say? She said her Aunt Diane put soap in her mouth. Dish soap? That she held her jaw and made her swallow the taste out, and then made Mia pinky promise she'd never say a word. Ms. Reyes paused. She said it happened at a sleepover. She thinks it was last spring. Last spring. Diane had taken Mia for one night in April so I could work a double. One night, I remembered picking her up and Mia being quiet, and I remembered thinking she was just tired. Why would she? My voice cracked. Why would she keep that for 8 months? Why tell you and not me? Ms. Reyes slid a tissue across the desk. That's the part I needed you to hear in person. When I asked her that, she said, "Because Aunt Diane told me Mommy said it was okay." The room went sideways. She said Diane told her you'd agreed to it. Ms. Reyes went on gently. "That it was a punishment you approved of. Mia thought you knew. She thought you were fine with it. That's why she didn't come to you. She thought there was no point." I don't remember driving to Diane's. I remember standing on her porch with my phone already recording in my coat pocket, because some cold part of me knew I'd need it. She opened the door smiling. "Well, this is a surprise. Everything okay?" Mia told her school about the soap. The smile held for 1 second too long. "The what?" "The dish soap, Diane. At the sleepover. You held her jaw." "Oh, that." She actually laughed, waving me inside like it was nothing. She said a filthy word. I wasn't going to let that slide. My mother did it to me and I turned out fine. You made a 7-year-old swallow soap and told her to keep it secret. I told her not to be a tattletale. That's all. You told her I said it was okay." Diane's face did something then. A little tightening around the eyes. "I told her that so she wouldn't run crying to you and blow it out of proportion. You'd have made it a whole thing." She crossed her arms. "And I was right, wasn't I? Here you are, making it a whole thing." "What word did she say, Diane?" "What? You keep saying she said a filthy word. What was it?" She hesitated. And that hesitation told me she didn't remember. Because there hadn't been one. Because a 7-year-old at a sleepover had probably said something silly and Diane had wanted a reason. "It doesn't matter what she said," Diane snapped. "Children need discipline. You coddle her. That's your problem. If I hadn't stepped in, you held my daughter's face over a sink and poured soap into her mouth, and then you spent 8 months letting her believe her own mother had ordered it. She stopped trusting me. She thought I handed her over to be hurt. Don't be dramatic. She's fine." She raised her hand in class to ask if her body belonged to her. I took my phone out of my pocket, screen up, the red dot glowing, the timer still counting. "It's belonged to you this whole recording. I've got every word." The color drained out of her all at once. "Turn that off. My mother did it to me and I turned out fine. I told her you said it was okay. You said all of it." I stepped back onto the porch. "The counselor already filed with CPS this afternoon. Ms. Reyes told me she's required to. I just came to get you saying it out loud. And you did. You set me up," she whispered. "She just told the wrong person to keep a secret. She told a safe adult. And the first safe thing that woman did was tell somebody exactly who wasn't safe."